Sorry. It's all right for a second there. Not that there's lots of people there. So I don't know. So what I might do, let's get the coffee first. I was going to say, what I might do is actually just give you the laptop, chuck it up here, as long as it's not right in the way, but it's probably okay. And it's just, you'll see stuff come in there and you can answer, you can just chat with it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That should be all right. Okay, so that is a few seconds behind, okay? So don't be alarmed if something isn't happening. But things to look out for are if we're supposed to be playing a video and you can still see us.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that's the biggest one.
Okay.
Or people saying, Al, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Because I've forgotten to switch the mic on or something.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to head for it. We almost immediately then go into another video sequence, all right?
Okay.
Now.
Mike's going on. Well, g'day!
Hello!
This is Lorna, for those that haven't met. I think some of you have, but not everyone has, because she's been away, been abroad travelling for bloody years, haven't you?
I have, yeah. For like almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And she came back just in the nick of time to do some vocals for my forthcoming album.
Yes, lucky me.
Yeah, there we are. And one of the reasons she's here tonight is because she did some of the vocals on The Perfect Song, which is what we're going to be looking at tonight, and a couple of other things, but we'll touch on that in a minute. In the meantime, we're going to spin the record. Coming at you. Mic is off.
Time is like the flight of an arrow, fired by a marksman. You hope yours flies true. Oh, it's wide as it's narrow. You've come a long way, but there's much more to do. Yesterday seemed to last forever.
A change in the clock and a change in the air.
Now my question is whether
Stayed at our place.
would our futures all vanish into the Monterey air. In that 1 hour I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone. But yesterday was a perfect day. The perfect day in every way to write the perfect song. Once in every year we lose an hour. How many dreams may have vanished like wind? And the generals who wield all the power, the wars we have fought that might never have been.
Despite the wisdom of the lifestyle, we're trapped in the future by the shape of our past, like a perfect case of fine wine. Once it is opened, just a memory will last.
And that 1 hour I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone. But yesterday was a perfect day.
Sorry.
The perfect day.
It's actually on the United Nations one.
Song.
Come back down and see if she wants to. It was going backwards at one point. Because I'd spun it the wrong way. And everyone was going, the text going backwards.
In that 1 hour, I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone.
And after
Yesterday was a perfect day.
none of them were real.
The perfect song.
Mike's gone back on. Very nice round of applause. Thanks so much. Not canned at all. Fantastic. So that's the song we're going to be talking about the perfect song, and we will come to that in a little bit. But Lorna's been involved in a couple of different things. Again, later we're just going to pick up the video for Letter to Geelong, because that was one of the ones that we did at the same time as this.
It was, yes.
Wasn't it? Yeah. But she's also been involved in my new album, the Let's Play the God game, and we are going to attempt to have a go. Now, we had a rehearsal earlier, and actually she got it right and I got it all wrong. And I got all the words tongue twisted up.
The problem is we both never get anything wrong. That's the problem. We both are only ever right.
That is true. That is true. And yeah, if you ask, yeah.
Writer of two rights.
But anyway, we're going to attempt to do this. We've got a kind of drone that goes on in the background that kind of helps us out. And this is the opening track from the album. Those that have had a copy, I think there's 2 of you who have had a copy of this album. I think, Colin, you might be the only one that hasn't. Oh, there's a few more people on now. But there we are. So we're going to attempt to do this. Let's figure out which way round to go there. I might actually I think I'll just go that way. You go that way and I'll go this way.
Many guitars. Not
many guitars,
space.
yeah. Yeah, so this is the opening track of Let's Play the God game. Let's see if it works. We'll let the suspense build up a little bit first. Let's build a God game, my friends. In the dark and the mist, it's suspense. A lovely blue planet, and if they don't ban it, it'll certainly hit the top 10. Let's build a God game right here, with mystery and longing and fear. We'll pop in some light haze, and like mice in a mouse maze, they'll never know it's not real. 1, 2. Waiter in blue, what should I do with the lumps in my primordial soup?
Don't you scoff it, make something of it. How about a greeny blue?
Oh, it seems to be changing. The oceans are draining. 6 billion years have gone by.
Maybe to them, but in the course of the game, it's only the blink of an eye.
All I'm on the planet, we'll make something of it. How many points is it worth?
It's worth more if you tame it, and you really should name it. How about calling it Earth?
Yes, let's call it Earth. Well, I think we did all right, didn't we?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, that was good.
First live performance.
It was, yeah. I think it's the best we've done it.
The pressure of the audience. That's what we needed.
There we go. So some of you will have seen Lorna's guitar before, because I used that on a couple of gigs. It was a very nice guitar as well.
I go away for a little while, and suddenly my guitar's out and about.
Yeah. I hope you like that. That's the opening track, and the reason it goes to that really odd chord at the end is that's the second song. It slams straight into the second song. So that's good, and that leads us neatly on to our competition this week. And the competition this week, and the competition prize this week, is either a copy of Let's Play the God game, which for those that go, I've already got that. I think last time I sent it out, there was sort of 7 or 8 or 9 tracks or something like that. There is now 18 tracks, I think, or 19 tracks. There's an awful lot more there. It's far closer to the end, let's say, even though I still think there's another at least 2 months recording to go on it.
I keep saying it's quite a long album, and you're saying to me, "Oh, it's not too long."
Well,
18 tracks.
But some of them are really short. So it's about, I think it's at the moment it's about 50 minutes. It might go to 55 minutes. I don't think it'll be any longer than that. But we're cutting little bits as well. So I'm cutting bits as I go along. So it should be good. So anyone that goes, well, I don't want that, I've already heard that, I'll wait until a proper copy comes out. The other one is Coffee in New York. Our US release is finished. The vinyl masters have gone off to America. We've done the CD masters as well. I prefer the vinyl masters. I think for me, the vinyl masters always sound better. They're a bit more open. They're a bit more like records used to sound like in the 70s before we got into the loudness wars and everyone squashed everything to death. So I quite like the vinyl mixes. So that's up for grabs. You can have whichever you like. Whichever you like.
Something for everyone.
Let's find the... I'll tell you, just before I find the competition question, I'm going to shut that because I need to open the song that we're going to talk about in a little bit. So no, I don't want to save that. We'll save a little bit of time in a second. So 2 seconds.
Thanks, Ingo, for your kind applause.
Yeah, there we
Silent
are.
applause.
Perfect song. That's good. All good. Coming up there. So let's find our quiz question. As always, this quiz question is very tricky because I started to give them easy questions at first, and they had them like that. They were going like that. So these are a bit more tricky, and I might have to think about these a little more. And if nobody gets it, I'll start giving clues as to what this very tricky question is. Sorry, I'm just waiting for something to happen on the screen there, and when that's done, I can shut that up and stick it up on screen. I could stick it up on screen now, couldn't I? Here we go, that's there, that's good. Here, oh no, not quite, can't do it like that. Here's a quiz question. So, because we're talking about Letter to Geelong because these songs were all kind of recorded around the same time. And so I wanted to get a little more topical with it. Letter to Geelong was written in northern Spain while we were all on holiday in northern Spain. And which other song was written while driving home from this trip? And as if that wasn't hard enough.
I'd struggle to answer that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was there.
Yeah, well, actually, you weren't there for the home trip. You'd already... I can't remember where you'd gone.
Yeah, I flew off early, did I?
You did fly off early, I think, yeah. Yeah, everyone flew off early. It was just your mum and me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who drove back all the way up through France.
Ah,
Anyway,
yes, okay, yeah.
So while we were driving up through France, I wrote a song. I wrote the lyrics for a song, and then while we were on the ferry across, I finished it off.
Okay, well, I feel better about my memory.
Yeah, exactly. And then for a tiebreaker, which other song was begun during a car journey? And I'll just give you a little clue. There's a really obvious answer to this, and it's not that. So there, Letter to Geelong was written in northern Spain while we were on holiday. And which other song was written while driving home from this trip? So I'll give you I'll give you a clue later on if no one gets it. I can't remember whether I've written this down anywhere or not. But
when do you want to start hearing answers?
Well, they can answer as soon as they like.
We've got one.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we are. Yeah, it is Rick Lover and you that won so far. That's right. Okay, so yeah, interesting answer. Always a sunny day. It's an interesting answer. I'm not going to say any more than that. We will reveal the answers right at the end, and I will give more clues as we go along to that.
Watch this space.
Yeah, watch this space. Okay, so I think we're going to get on to this song, The Perfect Song. Now, The Perfect Song wasn't the one that was written in northern Spain, so I'll tell you that for nothing. This was written after talking to someone out in Monterey, which is why there's a little reference to the Monterey air. It's really song's nothing to do with the Monterey air, but I've just a little tribute to her because she
Do you say
cajoled
the
me.
Monterey air is perfect?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently. She cajoled me into writing a song, and I said, you can't just write a song about anything. What do you want me to write a song about the clocks going forward? And she went, yeah, you can. Well, I did. but it does have the, I always say the rather preposterous idea that if the clocks had gone forward, there are wars that wouldn't have happened and whole things. It's a bit like the sliding doors principle, isn't it? There's something doesn't happen right at the same time, then everything.
Butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect,
Yeah.
exactly.
Stamp on a butterfly.
Yeah.
Kill the dinosaurs.
Yeah. But while we were out in northern Spain and we were writing, I was writing Letter to Geelong, and I was running it by you quite a bit because actually you're about the only person I really run things by. Or I do run things by other people, but actually generally I don't listen to what they say afterwards.
I'm honoured then in that
Well,
case.
you are honoured. You are honoured. It began because when we were playing Cartoon World, and I remember you did a critique of Cartoon World, and you went all the way through it, and we got to the song Broken, and you said, I just feel that like all of the other songs on Cartoon World have some sort of global aspect to them, and Broken just seems to be a straight love song, and it would be nice if it had some global thing on it. So that spurred me on to I rewrote the second verse.
Wow.
And so made that.
I'm not sure I knew I had that fact.
Yeah. So yeah, you're honoured.
It does. I think though you will still selectively take advice, obviously. And if I feel really strongly about something, it has to be posed a number of ways.
Yeah.
On multiple occasions, I think.
Yeah. Well, for this recent album, we've had quite a lot of discussions, haven't we, about it? But a lot of the discussions have been, but I thought this, but really? Oh, that's... And I'd be going, no, it's like this. No, it's... So, although the whole story for the new album hasn't exactly been clear in my head, there has been a vague understanding, but it's perhaps a little bit too vague for a lot of people to cotton on to. Yeah. But as it's developed, it's become a lot more... Yeah.
It's always clearer when you explain it to someone. Yeah. The bits that are missing, the gaps in the plots.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, the new album is called Let's Play the God Game, and it's about the gods and mankind and about their relationship.
And it's living rent-free in my head 24/7 at the moment.
Yeah. And you've sung on a few of them now, haven't you? So sung on the opening song, and there's a reprise of that opening song later. Danielle's also been singing on it. Elaine's been singing on it. There's a guy called Lyndon Morgans who I did an album with last year, who's got a brilliant voice, who's going to sing the voice of mankind. He is. And I think he'll be great in that part. So yeah, it's all going on. So some of the extra lead vocals are on there at the moment, and some of them are not. But anyway, back to the northern Spain. So I was writing Letter to Geelong and sort of explaining about it and saying that it was these ideas of letters that went backwards and forwards. And of course the ending to Letter to Geelong is they don't ever really meet up again. And that's really what would have happened in those times, that it was people didn't meet up because they couldn't just nip across to Australia again. It was generally people couldn't fly there, couldn't afford to. And so it was boat trips, a 5-6 week trip to do, which is what I did when I was a kid. 5 weeks back here. So then we said, hey, I think it was you that said, hey, this would be a really good kind of family project. As I was saying, Letter to Geelong, it'd be good if we had different voices on it to represent the different people. And so then it was like, okay, well, what else can we get you to do if you're going to be in the studio for the day? What can we get you to do? So Leah happened to be down. It was a Christmas, wasn't it?
We went full Von Trapp that Christmas.
Yeah, we certainly did. Yeah. So it must have been last Christmas, the Christmas before, I reckon.
I think maybe the one before that.
You reckon it might have been?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong because I wasn't
Could
going to
have
be
been.
home the Christmas before last. I was
Yeah.
Originally, so I
Yeah.
think it was the Christmas. Before
I think it was
that.
Christmas before, so Christmas 22,
Yes.
which is when we were in Spain.
Yes.
22.
It just all makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, even Kerry is on the chorus of Letter to Geelong.
Yeah.
And she is lurking about here somewhere. I was trying to get her in to come, but she's quite shy. And so at the moment, I might get her to pop her head in later. We'll see. We'll see. That's how those things happened, and it was recorded around then. So quite a long time before the ALienated Nations albums were out there. In fact, it was one of the songs that could have been on the ALienated Nations stuff. I know John Baker quite liked the song, liked the idea of it maybe being on there, but we got spoiled for choice in the end, and something had to end up on my album. This one did. I think we are going to take a wee look at the Sonar songs and just check, see what is on here. There's a few little tricks. I'll tell you what. Yeah, okay, that is what I meant to do. Let's get down here. So like everything, there's quite a lot of lead vocals on this. If we get to, let me just stick to something. I'm going to pull this mic around a little bit because sometimes I disappear otherwise. I just want to find the vocal subgroups, because that's the kind of really interesting thing, is when they all come together, it's quite a nice sound. So this is second half of the first verse where Leah joins in.
Narrow, you've come a long way, but there's much more to do. Yesterday seemed to last forever.
A change in the clock and change in the air.
Now my question is whether would our futures all vanish into the Monterey air? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's three of us together. Sound a little bit like Crosby, Stills and Nash, I reckon, there, which is not at all a bad thing. And then the choruses, which get bigger again.
Like 1 hour I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone. But yesterday was a perfect day. The perfect day in every way to write the perfect song.
Okay, so in my head there, I really did have the Eagles. I was trying to get those backing vocals to sound as much like the Eagles as I could. And originally, that's what I had for the middle eight as well. But actually, we ended up just doing it as a 3-part, as me on the bottom one, and I think you might have been on the top, Lorna. I think Leah was in the middle or something like that. So this is the way the middle eight sounds then.
Everything old and everything new, everything that was ever important to
I don't think you're above me, aren't you? Yeah. Leah's at the top. Leah's at the top.
sweeping away every word and everything in its way.
Yeah, so vocally it's a mixture between some big backing vocals and some other stuff. I mean, instrumentally, this is like one of the simplest songs in the fact that there's a few guitars, you know, only about 3 or something in the end. There's a bit of a guitar solo, which was done on very much a Telecaster sound. Anyone that knows I use Variax, but it was using a Telecaster preset. So this quite country kind of... And then this is a very rare thing. If you look at that wave, that says number 17. That is one take. That is a one-take guitar solo, that is, because often you'll see various cuts in the middle of it, but that is actually just that was off the cuff. I think it was the first time I played it, and I thought, oh, that worked all right, leave it alone. Don't touch it. There's one little point where more guitars come in here, where we get a tiny little bit of heavier stuff. Well, it does, yeah, when you're zoning on the guitars. The only other two instruments that are on it are piano and Hammond. I think that's about it. Of course, we have the mighty Smith, Paul Smith on drums, and with it all together, of course, sounds a bit more like that. A lot of those country songs are really just done if you think about Take It to the Limit, really is just like down, take it to the limit. It's not as fast as that, I know. This one, we went a little bit more into jazz waltz territory. So if you listen to the drums on the middle eight section, it's a little more. Also, not unlike Pink Floyd. If you think of those, I'm trying to think, what song would that be? Oh yeah, The End of Dark Side of the Moon. All that is now and all. In fact, I would have said that that's actually where the inspiration for the lyrics for everything old and everything new, everything that's ever been something or other to you, is probably from The End of Dark Side of the Moon. All that you have, all you destroy, all you create, and everything under the sun is in tune and the sun is eclipsed by the moon. So yeah, I reckon that's probably where that inspiration for that lyric come from.
It's also very U2.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think actually...
All you create.
Yeah, all you create, all you destroy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that actually Bono stole those lines from Dark Side of the Moon as well. Because they're
forever.
very close.
Yeah.
It's very close. But he somehow managed to make it sound like John Lennon. So yeah, that's about it. There's not really very much else in it. It's a very simple song. It's a sort of song that can be played on guitar alone, and sometimes I do. There we are. I'm going to come off the screen. Back to us. Competition questions. Have we got any? Got any there?
Well,
What does it say?
so Paul's come with Always a Sunny Day, which you saw, but he's also come with maybe the other one being Alienated Nations.
Uh-huh. Okay.
No other answers in.
No other answers in. Okay, well, so maybe I'm going to just shut that down. No, I'm not going to save it. I'm going to stick the competition question back up on screen, and I'm going to talk to you and say, yeah, Letter to Geelong, written in northern Spain. And we were writing the stuff for ALienated Nations, but at the same time, I was writing the stuff for my album. And so Alienated Nations, not a bad guess. But what I would say is that in particular, I'd started thinking about Putin and Trump the musical. Aha! So there, we'll just leave that thought hanging in the air, right there. So
And Richard's asked, can you repeat the question? I missed it earlier. Have you got it now, Richard?
Sorry, Richard, have you got it now?
So the question is, Letter to Geelong was written in northern Spain. Which other song was written while driving home from this trip? And then there's a second question.
The tiebreaker, this is.
The tiebreaker.
It only works if somebody gets the first question.
Okay, well, maybe let's just leave it there and we'll see if we come to that one.
Well, there was another song written while driving, and I think that is documented somewhere. I'm not saying whether it's one of my songs or it's one of the Korgis songs, but it was written while driving. That's all. Get your thinking caps on for that. I've given you a little bit of a clue there, so that's good. We've been talking about Letter to Geelong a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to refresh your memories for what the video for that looks like, and this is one of the first times I've got Lorna on camera, I think. And then after that, we might play a song of yours.
Yeah, okay.
A recorded song. This is not a live one.
An old school one.
Yeah, a really old school.
Yeah.
From what, 12 years ago?
Maybe we're not on the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, well spotted. Well spotted. It's because I did the competition question up there. I forgot to come back down. But well spotted. Good. Doing your job.
Thank you.
Doing your job well.
Multitasking.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so Letter to Geelong, the video. So this is the first performance of Lorna. Not necessarily Leah. Leah had got in on a couple of other things. I think she got into The Best Thing You Can Do Is Love Someone. Her and Emily were on that. There was a little thing, you know, all those little boxes that go, the best thing you can do is love someone.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing of Emily and her both at the same height, but then it pans down and Emily's standing on a box.
I remember that, yeah.
So, yeah, if you look at that video, you'll see that Leah and Emily are in there. But here we go. This is Letter to Geelong, and of course this features not only Lorna and Leah, but it also features John and Abby and James and B. Yes. So, yeah, we're all in there.
Yeah.
Kerry is in there in the background singing, but she wouldn't be on the video. Here we go, Letter to Geelong, going up on screen now. The other thing I've got to show is the cover of
Things we hold dear, as we can have you near. Things we The sun is fierce and hot. Ewan says the schools are strict. Dad got laid off from Forbes, but he says he's trying to fix it. We had to get towed on the great ocean road. But looking on the bright side, the old house is finally sold.
Oh yeah, of course, that Alienated. That's what. Oh, load of tongue.
Yeah.
That's a tiebreaker.
He's glad that you
But what was the first question? What did you guess?
saved that works now.
Wrong. It's still wrong. Always Sunday was written while I was on holiday.
May not be the best, but at least it'll just be found.
Dad is bought a new car, claims it turns on a sixpence. The last trip to Adelaide, it didn't seem to make a difference.
The sandstorm it came, that was after the rain. Cold, hungry, tired, then it was hot again.
See Leah go.
We're all sending our love again. 'cause we won't meet again.
Ah, yes, there we are. Letters to Geelong. Sorry about that. Yes, you're possibly hearing us whitter on the background. I'm not quite sure why that is. Possibly, I'm just trying to see. Oh, I know. I've got an idea why, maybe. 2 seconds. Yeah. Maybe somewhere. Oh, yeah, it shouldn't be there. That should be better. Yeah, that's sorted out now. Back to the quiz question. Okay, so
We've got one more guess on actually.
The clue. Oh, we've got another guess.
Yeah.
We?
Keep the blue skies above you.
Oh, Ingo.
Would make sense.
Would make sense. Well, it would make sense. Let's come back and see what happened a bit later on there.
How's it going?
Oh, Kerry Dartnell's just entered the room. You may as well come across here and say, yeah, right. Yeah. There you go. You are in. Oh, you're definitely in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely in.
Hey,
That's very good.
how's everyone? How they doing? They okay? Let us know.
There we are. Yeah, she's off screen again. But yeah, if anyone wants to ask Kerry any questions, especially about handiwork, because she's been doing a load of handiwork in the last couple of days.
Yeah. Cardiff's latest DIY woman on the run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
For
right.
my sins. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's saying hi, Kerry. I'll tell you what we're going to do is this is just a complete little aside. Where is it? There we go. We're going to show you Paul Griffin's new CD cover that Kerry's been designing with a little input from me.
As always.
As always. So up on screen, this is the album that I'm just working on with Paul Griffin, which is finished, it's mixed, etc. So we're just doing the cover and the liner notes and all of that sort of stuff. And for those that don't know, Vindolanda is the Roman town on Hadrian's Wall. If you ever go up and visit there, and this is called Return to Vindolanda. And
You
on
don't
the cover,
know, get to know.
yeah. On the cover you can see all sorts of things, but these are all related to tracks off the album. So Vindolanda, of course, is the Roman soldiers walking down the Roman Mile, down the Roman road. There's a viaduct at the top left there where you can see it's a boat going across the viaduct. So that's a viaduct up in North Wales, which coincidentally Kerry and I visited a month ago.
Yes.
Was it
No, a bit
almost
more
for
than
6 weeks ago after Chester, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We visited that. Up on top of that, you see a Lancaster bomber flying around. So there's a track called Blues in the Night. That's from that. There's a hound. That's the Hound of Dartmoor. Is howling at the moon over on the right-hand side. And then, of course, we have the mighty Paul Griffin himself at the front. So overshadowing everything else there on the album cover. So there we are. That's what it looks like. It's a great album, actually. It's got some really, really good stuff on it.
Quite diverse, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, if we get time, we might actually just chuck you a track from that, another track from that. You can have a little look. Meanwhile, we're going to come back down to me. And I'll tell you what we're going to do is because we have Lorna here, we're going to play a song that Lorna wrote when she was. How old do you reckon you were? 16?
Maybe younger.
Maybe 15?
Maybe 15.
Maybe 15? I was just saying, I don't think her voice has changed very much at all.
I think it is a bit
Very
lower.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wishful thinking. Anyway, yeah, this is a song called Dull July.
Expect full-scale teenage angst.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Probably the
And we
moment.
go to school in bad weather.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is
Still don't
Dalton.
like bad weather.
The summer sky is grey and so is my soul. I'm feeling uninspired and I'm feeling rather tired. Now I know what people mean when they say they don't feel whole. If I said I was okay, I'd be lying. Oh, the sun must be in a bad way, because it hasn't been seen or heard in weeks. Too afraid to show his face. Leaving in the morning it's dark, and coming home it's the same. Because when it rains outside, I feel it inside too. Oh Lord, it's a shame. I've got nothing to do, I'm just stuck inside, wasting away hours of my life. And although it's afternoon, it looks like night. I'm wishing away there's dull July. Oh, the sun must be in a bad way, because it hasn't been seen or heard in weeks. Too afraid to show its face. Leaving in the morning it's dark, and coming home it's the same. Because when it rains outside, I feel it inside too. Oh Lord, it's a shame. The sun always shines in California. Everybody smiles 'cause there's not a cloud for miles. Maybe I should move to California. Then maybe I'll be happy for a while. Maybe I should move to California. Maybe I should move to California. Oh, the sun must be in a bad way, because it hasn't been seen or heard in weeks. Too afraid to show its face. Leaving in the morning it's dark, and coming home it's the same. Because when it rains outside, I feel it inside too. Oh Lord, it's a shame.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love that. I still love that.
Yeah.
very-
Someone said, when are you going to release your solo album, Lorna?
Like 8 songs later.
Sounds like, yeah. I know, because there's one other one. But
Yeah.
yeah, you need to write the rest of it.
I do. They're both quite equally depressing, aren't they? But that one, I'm just thinking, I was really like just getting into Joni Mitchell and James Taylor at that
Right.
time. So that's obviously where the California
Influence
came from. Yeah.
And I remember us doing the backing vocals, doing California, California.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the appreciation. Unearthed from the archives after many years.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Well, I think it stands up very well.
It does, doesn't it?
And you obviously had amazing lungs. Gosh. Those notes.
And I can tell you it was not one take.
No, actually, but that's the funny thing about you, Lorna, is you have great perseverance, because you did a couple of covers before that. You did a couple of sessions of covers here before that.
Yeah.
I just remember you going, no, not good enough. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. No, do it again. Do it again. Do it again until you got it to where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you need to do and record. Is
I wonder who she's like.
but it's something. I mean, Carrie always says to me, "It's like, how can you listen to the same thing again and again and again?" And it's like, well, you're not. You're just getting it right. You do it till you get it right, and then you move on. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just a process.
Yeah. If you've got an idea in your head, it's just like making it until that like idea materializes, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you hear straight away if it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
where it was supposed to be.
It's the patience that's required for recording. I don't know, some people that are very impatient, and they go, well, maybe I should do this, and I go, you got much patience? And they go, you good with computers? And I go, no, if I don't get it first time, I want to throw it out the window. I go, forget it. It's not, it really isn't for you, It's
I
not,
really wouldn't want to listen to it again if I didn't like it, so
yeah,
that's the
exactly.
motivation.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I think we're going to play something to Paul. Should we play something to Paul Griffins, and we'll stick his cover up there? Should we do the first track, which is Vindalanda itself? There is a track later called Return to Vindalanda, but I think this one is great fun, and it's all about the Romans in the year 0, walking all the way up to Hadrian's Wall, and this is called Vindalanda. I'm going to stick the pickup on screen again.
All the way from Rome, now we're marching to, we're going to Vindalanda. We crossed the sea from Gaul, now we're off to Hadrian's Wall, we're going to Vindalanda. And there we shall guard, far from our Mediterranean home, the northern frontier of the mighty empire of Rome. We'll hold the wall against the barbarian hordes at Vindalanda. Weaving civilization and style and the Roman military mile to Vindalanda. Hypercourts, latrines, an agricultural scheme to Vindalanda. And the roads we Romans built will go on and on and on. Our language and our laws will last long after we've gone. Our legacy is something that no one can forget. We say in Rome, Lochita, Nemo Daccord, non habet at Vindalanda. Vindalanda. The sea from Gaul, and now we're off to Hadrian's Wall. We're going to Vindalanda. And there we shall guard, far from our Mediterranean home, the northern frontier of the mighty empire of Rome. We'll hold the wall against the barbarian hordes at Vindalanda. Flying into the dawn, coming home from a raid. Planes battered and torn, too tired to be afraid. Got hit over the target, caught in the flak. But we booked our boat, now we're on our way back. Gotta keep flying. Pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home. Lost the crate and the crew, crashed into the drink. Perhaps they'll be rescued, but it's best not to think. Coastline passes below, get the undercar down. Can't wait to get home, not far to go now. Gotta keep flying. Pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home. We skim the treetops. This is our last flight on our tour of ops. Good show, big thanks as we come into land. Our lucky old lands, gotta safe back again. Gotta keep flying. Pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home. Gotta keep flying. Pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home.
So sorry. Okay, we'll do all of that again. I was saying, yes, Elaine on backing and some lead vocals on that track, and on a few other tracks on Paul's album. Yeah, it's great. Really varied, and some really good stuff on it. Korgis news. We are going to put the Korgis albums that haven't gone up on Spotify are all going to go up on Spotify in the next few months. Just for people that have been going, how are you going to put them up on Spotify? But we don't make any money off Spotify, that's why. You used to make, I think, 0.007 of a penny per play, but I think it's gone down from that. They decided that was slightly too much money. And anyone that doesn't have 200 streams a month doesn't get any money. I was playing for nothing. Unbelievable. What sort of world do we live in here? So they're going to go up in the next few months, bit by bit. We'll just put them up album by album. Gig 2 weeks today. Hanger Farm Arts, Southampton. At the moment, the only gig we've got on the South Coast this year. So get on down there if you're anywhere close to the South Coast. Pop on down. It'll be a good one. Actually, Elaine is on that gig because Danielle is otherwise busy, but she will generally be back.
You should give the date.
Sorry?
You should give the date.
The date? Well, it's 2 weeks today, isn't it? I think is it 22nd? I don't know, it's something like that.
I'll put it on the chat.
They all know anyway. Yeah, they all know anyway. And then after that, Beatles Fest, June the 20th. June the 20th, the Beatles Fest in Felixstowe. I know that is a long haul for anyone, generally, unless you are across in that area. But it's about 3 days of Beatles bands and stuff. I think the Quarrymen are on. There's some sort of Beatles tribute. Nigel Pearce from BBC Radio Norfolk does a one-man show about the inside of the Apple buildings and stuff. He's got a load of memorabilia and all of that, so he's doing that as well. Nigel's a good friend of ours. So it'll be a great 3 days, and we are opening it up, I think, on the Friday night. So as the Korgis, we'll be playing a few Beatles songs that we've never played before, and we haven't rehearsed them yet. But we're rehearsing them next Tuesday, I think, or something like that, or it might be, no, it's a Tuesday just before the gig.
So what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Yes. So that's good. As I said, Masters for Coffee New York have gone across the Atlantic. For my new album in January, I probably again will do a Chapel Arts gig for it. That will be good fun, and I'll try and get the whole cast along. Let's get Lorna to come along and do her couple of little parts. I did say to Lyndon, you won't have to pay for a ticket if you come and sing on the album. Of course, Danielle and Elaine will be there as well as my normal band. Haven't decided on the format of the band yet. It might be a 2-guitar thing because there's an awful lot of guitar in this album, but we'll see how that goes. Obviously, the Korgis have a gig at Chapel Arts as well in July. Chapel Arts going into Hebden Bridge, and that is the brand new show. The Korgis at the End of the World. So we'll be changing things around a bit. We'll still be doing a little bit of the stories and the talking about, like we did with the Time Machine. But we're going to vary it up a little bit, and actually we're going to give the audience some choice as to which song they'd like. Would you like Wall Street Shuffle or Video Killed the Radio Star? Would you like Don't Give Up or Thingamy Hill, Salisbury Hill, etc.
All in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be a little tick box thing as they come in. They can just tick what they want.
Nice.
Then we'll count them up and we'll go, this one wins today.
Nice.
It'll keep us on our toes as well. It means we have to keep those rehearsed. So yeah, that's all good, I think. I think we can...
Do you want to tell Ingo I'm coming to France?
Oh yeah. There's a few people who are possibly coming. I don't think Mike Webb isn't on today, is he? But I think Mike Webb is popping across to France as well. But Carrie is coming to France for the whole of the 10-day trip, the second trip, which is the October one. Elaine's coming on the 3-day one earlier on. Danielle is actually performing on both of them. There's a little bit of doubt as to whether she had time to do the first one, but she is now. So Elaine's coming on the first 3 days, Carrie's coming on the next 10 days, so we will be wandering about France terrorising the French. So that should all be good. I think we're gonna do the competition. Let's get the competition thing back up on screen, and we'll spill the beans as to how people did. So let's just stick it on screen. Here we go. Letter to Geelong was written in northern Spain. Which other song was written while driving home from this trip? And I can tell you that Carrie gave me a hard time. She went, what are you writing a song while you're driving? I go, there's no traffic on the road. It's like it was a lovely sunny day. So It turns out that Ingo got it right, that he took that clue when I said I was also writing Putin and Trump the musical, and it was the song Keep the Blue Skies Above You. And I was just thinking of a little Randy Newman kind of song, you know, keep the blue skies above you, someone who loves you, while we were doing that. And that was one of the first things that kicked off that one. It was the first song written, other than Good Old Days of the Cold War, which of course was written quite early on. Not much earlier on, though, it must be said. It was because it was written. It was one of the first songs that was written for the ALienated Nations albums. So it was written just after we'd released Cool Hits, I think, Good Old Days of the Cold War. That's what I was jokingly always saying. This is from Putin and Trump the musical, before I'd written any other songs from it. That was, I think, the second album, Keep the Blue Skies Above You, was the second one, and then Way Past Midnight in Moscow. I think Alienated Nations came way later. It was probably the last song written before I released the album. I thought, it's called Alienated Nations, surely there should be a song called Alienated Nations, and surely it should be part of Putin and Trump the musical. So, Ingo, you won the main question, but it must be said that Paul G, I believe, you won the tiebreaker, which was Loaded Tongue. Loaded Tongue was the other one. It starts with the lines 25 miles from Woolly Edge with a fuel gauge in the red. Well, my fuel gauge wasn't in the red, but I was driving up to Scunthorpe to see some of my family up there. And we were going very close to Woolly Edge services, and I always wanted to get that in a song. And so that just arrived in a very short amount of time, I believe. So that was it. So I mean, I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't give, you know, a prize to each of you. I think we could probably do that. So just tell me what you want. Do you want the updated version of Let's Play the God Game, all 19 tracks or something or other that it is now, or do you want the updated master of Coffee in New York, either the vinyl mixers or the CD mixers? Take your pick. There we are. Let me know. I think other than that, we've pretty much covered everything. I had a few other things that I could have played. I'll tell you what, I should actually play something. I should play something from Let's Play the God Game. I know Lorna and I played something early on, but what I was going to do was just play you this one track before we go off and sign off. Obviously, we've got a video to finish with as well. We will do the video. So let me just find it. Center songs, me. Let's play the God Game. So I'm going to turn the mic off now, and this is a song called "Here Comes the Rain." It features Danielle on all the BVs. You don't think very much is going to happen at first until the chorus comes in. Then it all happens. Here we go. Here comes the rain.
Stop what you're doing. Go build a boat. Mankind is in ruins. Best hope that it floats. Go forth and gather around you all you don't want to lose. Stop being selfish. Start thinking in twos. 'Cause here comes the rain. Wash you all down the drain. The odds are all stacking up. I'm left here cracking up. Down came the flood. Washed away the bad blood. And all the clever words man had to say were unceremoniously washed away. I swear that the next time there'll be no right. No lie. gone. Only bad blood. Yeah, you had what was coming, and my sympathy's gone, gone, gone. That's why I'm here singing this very sad song. Here comes the rain to wash you all down the drain. The odds are all stacking up. I'm left here cracking up. Down came the flood, washed away the bad blood, and all the clever words man had to say were unceremoniously washed away. Washed away the thieves and the murdering rats. Washed away Babylon's high-rise flats. Washed away the little home I had left. I just did what I thought was best. Yes, I just did what I thought was best. Maybe the best time is still yet to come. Am I optimistic? Well, that's going some. Still I'll send you a rainbow as a sign of good faith. Can't you tell that I'm weary? Look at the lines on my face. So here comes the rain to wash you all down the drain. The odds are all stacking up. I'm left here cracking up. Down came the flood, washed away the bad blood, and all the clever words man had to say were unceremoniously washed away. As of today.
There we are. Here comes the rain. That's quite a good one. There's a few. That's one of my favourite ones. Often, well, I say so I've got quite a lot of favourites actually.
It's one of my favourite ones. But I've got
Yeah, there's something quite pleasing about it. Isn't
Yeah.
There? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. She's always checking my work, see? Checking my work. Okay, fantastic. We are noted. Both of you want a copy of Let's Play the God Game. Good choice. Good choice there. You'll know it all by the time we get to the gig.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are going to leave you with the brand new video of The Perfect Song. Lorna and I have been slaving over this. We had changes of outfits. I had a lot of changes of outfits that I never got round to putting on.
You forgot your sunglasses.
I forgot the sunglasses. I did have a hat as well, but I thought the hat looked a bit rubbish. But yeah, I forgot to put the sunglasses on.
I was carrying the heavy lifting really on the outfit changes.
Yeah, I think you put a scarf on and tied your hair back.
I had scarf, I had hat, I had sunglasses, I had coat.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
you didn't wear. Oh, you had sunglasses on your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
More than you have.
Okay. All right, let me find this. Let me just find this video. Thank you so much for joining us all. There we go. Oh, no, we were there. We're there. We are going to sign off with the new video for Perfect Day. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to Lorna. Thank you to Carrie.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening.
Good to see you.
Yeah. And we're going to leave the perfect day with a perfect song. Here we go, up on screen. Bye. Oh no, that's not it, is it? That was rubbish.
That's not it.
That was rubbish. This is the one. This will be much better.
I haven't seen this.
Bye.
Time is like the flight of an arrow, fired by a marksman. You hope yours flies true. Oh, it's wide as it's narrow. You've come a long way, but there's much more to do. Yesterday seemed to last forever.
A change in the clock and change in the air.
Now my question is whether would our futures all vanish into the Monterey air. In that 1 hour I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone. But yesterday was a perfect day. The perfect day in every way to write the perfect song. Once in every year we lose an hour. How many dreams may have vanished like wind, and the generals who wield all the power, the wars we have fought that might never have been.
Despite the wisdom of Einstein, we are trapped in the future by the shape of our past, like the perfect case of fine wine. Once it is opened, just the memory will last.
In that 1 hour I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone. But yesterday was the perfect day. The perfect day in every way to write the perfect song. Everything old and everything new, everything that was ever important to you. Time has a habit of sweeping away every word and everything in its way. In that 1 hour I wrote the perfect song. On any other day, oh, it would have been gone. But yesterday was a perfect day. It was the worst day. It was the cursed day. The perfect day in every way to write the perfect